This is a W-9 form. A W-9 form is a request for taxpayer identification and certification. Evan, what does that mean? I still don't get it. That's okay. Let me back up a little bit so I can first explain the differences between contractors and W-2 workers so we can be on the same level here. When you have a business and you need things done, we're obviously not going to get them all done ourselves. We're going to delegate to contractors to help us with the work. There's two ways to do hiring. You can either pay somebody for the job or pay somebody hourly. Typically, hourly rates or hourly workers get added to payroll and they become W-2 employees. A W-2 is just another form similar to W-9. That's why they get the name W-2. But W-2 employees are paid for a set amount of work over a set amount of time at a predetermined rate. So that you're going to pay somebody $20 an hour to clean the shop Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's a W-2 employee. They will be on payroll. But what if you need a graphic designer just to do a logo for you or build a website? How do you pay them? You're obviously not going to put them on payroll for a week. That would be a pain in the ass to set up and everything. So what do? And that's where W-9 comes in. So here's how it works. Let's say you hired somebody to design a logo for you for $1,000. When you pay that worker $1,000, you want to make sure that you don't have to pay taxes on that $1,000 like you earned it. So what we do is we collect a W-9 form. We collect this form and we have the contractor fill it out so we can tell the IRS that, hey, we didn't earn this $1,000. We didn't keep it. We paid it to a contractor to run and operate our business. It was regular and necessary. Paying this contractor was a requirement for us to do business. So we shouldn't have to pay taxes on the money that we paid this contractor. And the IRS says, yep, you're right. That's fair. If it's a contractor that you needed to pay to do something for the business, you aren't on the hook for that money in income tax. The contractor is. And that's what this form does. This form allows us to pay large sums of money to contractors and not be on the hook for the taxes. Let's look at another scenario really quick, just to make sure we're on the same page. If you paid another contract worker to design a website for you and you paid them $2,000, but you did not 1099 them or have them fill out a W-9 form, the government doesn't know who that money went to. As far as they're concerned, it went to you just under a different name. And so they are going to charge you taxes on that full $2,000, just like you had earned it. So the W-9s are more for you than they are for the contractor. If you don't submit W-9s, you won't be able to write off these expenses on paying these contractors. So it's very important that you get these forms in the beginning of your negotiations or the beginning of the work with these contractors. Okay, so let's talk about the form and how they need to fill it out, now that we understand exactly what it's used for. So the W-9 form is a request for the contractor's information. What you do is you give them this form, and I'll leave a link down below so that you can download it online. So what this form does is it collects all the information of the contractor and we pass it along to the government, so we're not responsible for the taxes. They have to fill out their name. They have to fill out the business entity or their name if they're just a simple contractor. They fill out whether they're an individual, a C-Corp, S-Corp, partnership, or a trust. They can also, if they're an LLC taxed as an S-Corp, they can put that here and they can write S-Corp. But mainly, we're in it for these two boxes right here, the Social Security number or the EIN. We need one of these two numbers to give to our bookkeeper to give to the IRS. And that's how we pass along the tax burden. So when you get this form back from your contractor, your logo designer, your web designer, someone who's helping with your social media, make sure the social or the EIN is properly filled out. And that's it. It's that simple. So let me give you some more best practices in terms of working with contractors so that we can sum all this up and you can get more information. These are things that I wish I would have known sooner. If you're paying a contractor $600 or more, you have to get a W-9 filled out or you are going to be on the hook for it. If you're paying somebody $500, for example, for a simple project, then you don't need to worry about this. You'll be able to write off that expense without providing a W-9. But anytime you pay someone over $600 from January 1st to December 31st, you have to get this W-9 filled out. Otherwise, you're on the hook for it. So make sure this is done. All these W-9 forms should be kept in a file folder, and that file folder should be shared with your bookkeeper and your tax preparer. That way, your bookkeeper can submit all of these forms to the government before tax time, and they can verify that all the money is correct and you won't be penalized for it. But if you don't have these forms to submit, you're on the hook. So anytime you're paying somebody more than $600, get a W-9. If you're getting somebody, putting somebody on payroll, that's a whole nother discussion and a whole nother setup process. You don't need to get a W-9 for them. You're going to fill out a W-2 with them, and that W-2 is going to give you the information that you need to put them on payroll. This is just for contractors. So if you like learning this type of stuff, this is what I teach. I focus on teaching entrepreneurs how to build the foundations of their business. Bookkeeping, taxes, LLCs, S-Corps, quarterly taxes, write-offs, all that bullshit that we didn't get taught in school. And right now, we have a discount code, Be Good to Future You, if you want to save 50% or $500 off the business school. It's going to expire soon. If there's something I didn't cover in this video, please leave a comment below or reach out to me on Instagram. I love responding to people with videos. Otherwise, keep educating and be good to future you.